hardship. I've been thinking about this all day, so I wanted to make sure I could share that today, this reflection, real quick. Hi, I'm Dr. B, and if we don't know each other, I help people from hardship to happy. So what is hardship? And this is my first thought about it. If you are willing, type in the comment below or interact with me on live right now and give your answer of hardship. Chances are that your answer is going to be different from the next one, from the next one, and from the next one. Chances are that we all have our own definition of hardship. So what is hardship? It could be big T trauma, something that everyone recognizes or could recognize around you. Your house burned down with fire. You lost a child. You had a car accident. You were in an earthquake in the middle of Nepal. You had organ transplant. You had double open heart surgery. Okay, so you get it. These are hardship at a level that everyone recognizes as a hardship. But let me ask a secondary question, which is potentially a primary question as well. What is happiness? What is health? How do you define your happiness or your ability to be healthy? Chances are you all have your unique, deliberate definition of what that means to you. So when we think about these things that are part of the human experience, it really is an individual experience. We can relate to each other's hardship. We can have empathy. We can recognize it. But what every individual feels is really their own inner experience. What that means is that hardship could also be being lightly bullied in school. Hardship could be for a teenager who has gone through years of COVID, not fearing being outside in the open space, have to do homework for tomorrow. Their threshold is quite low in a general sense of the word, but what their experience is a high threshold because they are in stress mode. So when I say I help people go from hardship to happy, there's no key definition. I can just give you some examples of what I would consider big T trauma that probably a lot of people would consider big T trauma, like the examples I gave earlier. But the reality is I can help you even if it's a big T trauma for you that would not be recognized as such by society. Who cares about society? Have you delivered a baby? How painful was that? Yeah. And have you had a broken leg? And how painful was that? Did you have a kidney stone? And how painful was that? Is your pain better than mine? Is your pain more qualified than your neighbor's? Yes, it's qualified because it's yours. It's your threshold. That's why when we evaluate pain, we evaluate it on a visual scale going from 0 to 10. That's very effective for kids as well. They do it visually, even more visually. But the reason is that these experiences, hardship, happiness, healthy, or health and wealth, all of these experiences are intimately subjective. And what counts is how you feel. So if on your scale, you are at a 7 out of 10 and someone else would be at a 2, that doesn't matter. You are at a 7 out of 10. And that's where I can help. It doesn't matter what type of hardship you went through. It doesn't matter the intensity. Obviously, if you want to work with someone and pay a coach to help you out, it's because it's been a long time like this and you've had enough, and your threshold, your level of pain is pretty high, and your threshold of sensitivity is pretty low. Maybe you still have emotional outbursts. Maybe you have PTSD, flashbacks that put you back into stress mode. Maybe you are at a stress mode at a high level all the time, and therefore your body is aching. Maybe you wake up with those aches. And by the way, all these examples I've just given are not just theoretical examples. These are actual hardship that I have seen, observed from clients, friends, family, or myself. So that was it. I just wanted to share some thoughts about hardship and what does that mean. And if you're interested in digging into this a little bit more, then explore my website, sign up for this YouTube channel, maybe do a like, maybe share with a friend. But explore my website because I have opened Basecamp. So you go to thetraumasherpa.com/Basecamp and you'll see what I mean. So I'll see you on the other side. So I see some comments in there. Shut up, grandma. Okay, fine. I'm not a grandma. I don't even know. Why would you even come onto this live if it's to say that? The doo-doo stain? What? Oh my goodness. Okay, if you're not signing up for that, what are you doing there? Bye.